All right, Season 2 comes out tomorrow. There's already been so much conversation regarding it before its release. The sentiment before its release is not good. Really bad, I would say. This is the worst community sentiment I've seen for a piece of Battlefield content before it even comes out in years. Even playing Battlefield 2042, I can't really remember a time where players just felt so disappointed. And in today's video, I just wanted to talk about why I think Season 2 is hitting so different and how Battlefield self-sabotages consistently and how they've been doing that for a number of years at this point. But this video won't be all negative. I am also going to cover how I still think Battlefield 6 has great potential. They just need to stop shooting themselves in the foot. So if you enjoy the channel, be sure to hit the sub button, hit the like button. I will be streaming my first impressions live of Season 2 tomorrow. Follow the Twitch stream, first link in the description. And of course, I will have videos up about everything to do with Season 2, including all the new weapons, new tier lists. So if you like that stuff, sub to the channel and be sure to hit the like button. Thank you so much to everyone that does that. As always, you guys are great. So I've had a couple of days now to digest the Season 2 patch notes, and I just cannot get past some of the direction they took with some of these changes. Obviously, when you scroll these patch notes and you look at all of the time that was spent between Season 1 and Season 2, the delay and then the big wait and all that sort of stuff, you would think that they would come out of the gate swinging on at least one or two major issues with Battlefield 6 right now, especially because, in my opinion, the issues with this game are so crystal clear. At least from my perspective. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but when I play BF6, the issues for me stick out like a sore thumb. So when I see them doing the exact opposite of what they should be doing, it's only creating more work for them, and it's only delaying the potential fixes that we should be getting anyway. A good example of DICE shooting themselves in the foot with BF6, even before the Season 2 patch, was the breakthrough changes they made, where they removed a lot of defending vehicles and they increased the amount of attacking vehicles, creating this inherent imbalance that just makes breakthrough even worse than it already was. In this Season 2 update, there isn't even a single mention of the breakthrough game mode. And this is my point. When they make the wrong decisions, it is never guaranteed that they will ever go back and fix their mistake. And that is why the changes they made this time around to the gameplay are so upsetting. Obviously, we still have to play Season 2 and get our hands on the game to really feel these changes out. But I think even on paper, everyone can just tell, okay, DICE, why are you reducing recoil and trying to make weapons more effective at range? The weapons are already too effective at range. Why are you making the problem worse? Same thing with movement. Why are you nerfing the movement? Like, there are 500 things you could have addressed before touching the movement. Weapon progression is still a massive issue. People are screaming from the fucking rafters about persistent servers, visibility, audio. You could have reverted the breakthrough changes like I mentioned previously. They could have nerfed snipers. They could have removed the sweet spot. They could have made headshot matters with a rebalance. They could have addressed some time to kill things. You guys get the point. But I also think Season 2 is hitting way different because at this moment in time, the fatigue is truly setting in. And this is fatigue building up over a period of years, just people that are so tired of Battlefield just not actually reaching its potential, not taking the correct direction, fucking up, fumbling hype. And in my opinion, it's more visible than ever, not only with the players, but the creators. I mean, you look at Silk's Twitter, Westy's Twitter, Ghost Gaming's Twitter, all of them are tweeting about playing other games at this point, or at least showing public interest in leaving Battlefield or at least playing something else. But this time, it's different. Because I've never seen this level of indifference from the player base and from creators. 2042, that really pissed us off. That made us angry, right? With BF6, it's like we're just standing here shaking our heads. I have essentially given up hope for an increase in seasonal content for BF6, and have instead shifted my quote-unquote hopes, which are dwindling fast, to hoping they will eventually get Battlefield 6 into a state where we can look at it, you know, at the end of its cycle and just say, this is a good Battlefield game, DICE pulled it back. And I suppose this is where we enter the second half of the video. So, it looks bad right now for BF6, I think everyone is in agreement, but that foundation hasn't changed, okay? It is still very, very simple for them to make Battlefield 6 significantly better than it is right now. And quite frankly, the amount of content doesn't matter when the gameplay fucking sucks, right? You can have the best maps ever. If the gameplay isn't improved, those maps are not going to be enjoyed. And unfortunately, where we are at right now is Battlefield 6 is yet again going to be another slow burn Battlefield title. But this time, we have Battlefield Labs. This time, we have David Serland. This time, we have some good people behind the game. I just think it's going to take an abnormal amount of time to really see the effects of this. And the only reason why I think that is because, again, like I stated previously, the problems in this game are so clear-cut. The muzzle velocities are too fucking high. Gunplay is too easy, right? Vehicles are a problem, okay? Like, make them like BF4 vehicles. Sniping is overpowered. People are having trouble leveling weapons up. Make it fucking easier, right? Like, I'm just laughing because, dude, how are these things fucking difficult to figure out? And I do think eventually, because they aren't hard to figure out, we will eventually have some god patches, right? Where, let's say, maybe even this season later on, or in Season 3 or in Season 4, a couple patches hit, and the game has like just a 20% increase in fun. A 20% decrease in frustration because they fixed something that was annoying the player base. Battlefield 6 has already had a crazy 180 from the beta to right now. I think they can have an equally crazy 180 in a positive direction. But us as players, we can't do that. We can scream to the fucking rafters about these problems all day. It doesn't matter if they don't execute and actually listen to the community and just try to fix some of these things. So with Season 2 coming out tomorrow, honestly, someone in my chat asked me, Enders, like, what's the excitement level from you? I said it's Season 2 out of 10, because that's where I'm at right now. I think the maps are actually going to be pretty decent based off of the screenshots we've seen and just some of the trailers. I like me a good hilly Battlefield map. I think Contaminated is probably going to be one of the better-ish maps in the game. And I also think Hagenthal Base is going to be Battlefield 6's Metro, and people typically like Metro-style maps. It's what's kept Battlefield 4 alive for so long in certain communities. But even though I see these potential upsides, I think the fatigue, not only for myself, but for everyone else, has just been so deep set that we're like numbed to this. Because, again, we're only looking at the drip feed. We're only looking at the patch notes. We're only looking at all this stuff, right? And that's just completely overshadowing the potential that Season 2 isn't as bad as maybe we think it is right now. I'll be giving my live first impressions on Contaminated and everything else Season 2 on the 17th during my stream. And I have to say, in a way, I'm dreading the Season 2 stream because I understand, even though there isn't a lot of hype for Season 2, the chat is going to be filled with a ton of people clamoring to know what I think about it. And, I just don't want it to be one of those situations where I don't have anything good to say. So that's all I have to say before Season 2 launches. I'm going to be very interested to see how this unfolds. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, hit the sub button, be sure to hit the like button, swing by the streams, and I'm talking too fast, I'm going to end the video. Goodbye.